Join us on another four-wheel drive adventure as we explore the old woodlines northeast of Broome. The trip took a few months to plan, and the start was saddened by the tragic death of Western Australia's real crocodile hunter, Malcolm Douglas. Here is everybody. The names were coined during a trip to the Pilbara a few years ago, and as each person has become involved, they have received their nickname. This map shows many of the tracks around the Woodlines area. This was just one area that was cut for nearly a century to feed the furnaces for the Kalgoorlie water pipeline and the mines.
So this is the first point. So if you go in the bush, you'll find bottles and
It is hard to believe that nearly 20 million tonnes of wood was removed from these areas. Today, the rubbish left behind 5 decades ago brings us back to the bush that was once completely removed by the cutters.
They just had olive oil in tins like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's been cut. That's where it sort of sits on. That would sit underneath that wood.
The track winds its way through the scrub. It is truly remarkable the way the bush is recovered. Here is a view of the cut wood stacked ready for loading into railway wagons. Clearing the track keeps remote tracks open and stops people going around fallen trees and driving over the bush. Many of these tracks are open today because of work I had done years ago to remove fallen trees.
And see the pile of white stuff over there? That's lime, and there's someone's toilet is actually relatively close by. You can wander around.
And it finally happened. An unexplained noise turned out to be a fan belt bearing failing, which in turn caused the fan belt to break. Fan belt broke.
Who broke it?
Daniel did it.
It wasn't me, it was the ant.
Adam.
Adam the ant.
Atom.
And the one thing we don't have a spare on.
The breakdown resulted in a 500 kilometre drive to get a spare bearing from Kalgoorlie, which was very lucky considering it was an uncommon part and it was a Sunday of a long weekend. The kids with Rick and Julie stayed behind while Steve and I drove to Kalgoorlie to get the part. It was a long day but rewarded with the car being started just after sunset.
That's actually
The old horse yard here shows the feeding troughs. The yards are one area of the woodlines that have not recovered from the old days. Now they often have strange plants growing in them. The horses are long gone, and this is all that remains of the old drays. There was lots of fossicking amongst the debris. We found all manner of rubbish. A small snake surprised us when an old Coolgardie safe was moved. We were fairly lucky it wasn't a bigger one.
There's actually there is a tricycle over there somewhere. There's a cyclops with no.
That used to be on top.
Here we see a few photos showing how people lived on the woodlines. There has always been the rumour of a loco out here, but all that remains appears to be this derelict wagon with a cool room on top. Here are some of the amazing things we have found on the woodlines. All too quickly the long weekend draws to a close and we head off towards home. Here are some of the beautiful wildflowers we saw.